Alright, I feel better. Part 2 commencing. Well, today feels amazing, so I thought today I would show you the rest of my weapons that I have collected over the years. Let's begin with something simple. Good old short sword. Thing's about 3 feet long. Sides of it remind me of a claymore's handle. It's not sharp on this side, but the further down you go, right about there, it actually gets sharp. It's just misaligned. It's a little old, but rust kind of adds to the charm, but the tip is a little broken. So, not much else to say about it. It's pretty solid. I give it a 6 out of 10. Following that, we have a real sword here. Kind of broke this one trying to practice against a tree, so I'm going to need some real glue for that later. But it has its sheath. It has a custom-made like belt, so I could attach it to myself. I actually did my own kind of cosplay. Nothing really referenced, just my own look. And I had some compliments. Oh gosh, that is legitimately broken. Yeah, this one isn't sharp. It's a little bland without the scabbard, but the scabbard really ties it together. I give this a solid 7 out of 10. Now this sword I got on my 16th birthday. It's very beautiful, obviously. I've never really used this for training against trees, and thank God I didn't. And one thing I really like about the sheath, so just look how much detail there is in this. There's all kinds of symbols, there's even faces on it. The hilt has like this fuzz. It looks gold, but it's not. I'm not that rich. And that's what I really like about it. Beautiful blade. Still, it is wonderful. 9 out of 10. Next up, we have probably one of my favorite swords. This thing. This is by far the longest sword I have. About as long as my leg. Just about. Anyways, this thing. Also, an intense amount of detail. Rusted with potentially blood of old. It's lost its sharpness after all these centuries. But this thing is very pointy at the end, so do not let this fall on your foot. Yeah, it also feels a little loose, but the details more than make up for it. Also, it's a little crooked at the beginning, but it's not that bad. Still, it's a little annoying. Overall, I give this behemoth 8 out of 10. Moving along, we also have this thing. It is a cane. But this cane is one of those cool movie canes where if you unscrew it, it has a knife. However, since this one is so old, you can see by the paint chipping off. Since this one is so old, yeah, the blade falls out. Yeah, even when you do get the blade out, it's still kind of awkward to hold because either your finger's getting poked by this or you have a very awkward grip. Your second finger's just kind of hanging out. Maybe I don't know how to hold a sword cane. I can still find the appeal in that. Detail is pretty decent. I give the sword cane a 6 out of 10. The final weapon Papa made for me. It is a spear. A very amazing point. It kind of crude like handling point, but you know, what really can you do? I'm not asking for that much. Very cool wooden handle. Feels pretty cool to like swing around and whatnot. Can't really do it very well with one hand. But yeah, this thing is it's very cool. I give it a 7 out of 10. And this here is the most recent weapon I bought. Got it at Flea Lamb for about 20 bucks. This thing is a mix between an axe and a bill hook. The guy, when I bought it from him, he kept telling me over and over it's one of a kind. And you are correct, sir. This is one of a kind. There's a little chip down here. But other than that, I don't really see any other design flaws. It makes a little creaking sound every time I like hit something with it. Well, didn't that time. Overall, I give this thing an 8 out of 10. Well deserved, one of a kind. And here is probably the worst thing I got. It's a sword that I bought from Spirit Halloween. I thought it looked really cool as a kid, but when I look back at it now, I'm just like, well, the flaws are ringing a bit louder. It's very soft, obviously. The tip of it is exposed. Doesn't really shine as well as it used to. I also got this shield. It looks okay. A little tarnished out there. Backside, you just have to hold it through here. Feels pretty okay to hold. Shield is good, but the sword is very meh. I give the two a 4 out of 10. How about we move on to a real shield? This thing was made by my dad on Christmas. Even though it was made on Christmas, I never removed the bow because it just added to the look. He repurposed a thing that was supposed to hold like fireplace tools and repurposed it to hold the shield. He added these scratches himself, painted over it, added all the trim, and it still works. And it also feels amazing to hold. It actually feels weighty. It feels good. A lot better than the Spirit Halloween shield. Yeah, this thing, amazing shield. 9 out of 10. Another weapon I got is this whip. It has a studded guard, a Wii remote strap, and a whip. I can crack it sometimes, but the sound is very underwhelming on camera and it scares the cats. But this is what it's supposed to sound like. Yeah. So I can crack it. Some of the parts feel like they're going to come undone eventually. So I kind of dread that, but while it stands, I give this thing a 7.5 out of 10. Let's move on to something with range. This is a BB gun. Lever action just like puts air into it. Bolt action rechambers it. Also has a scope. That's kind of hard to use on camera, but it does work, I promise you. Yeah, this thing's also kind of like awkward to use because it's so old. So it's more lovely to look at than to actually use because this thing is a pain in the butt. I give it a 7 out of 10 for style. Speaking of range, also got myself a little bow. It's not very flashy, but it does have arrows. It's pretty nice. Just a shame that I can't really use it very well. Arrows themselves aren't really that flashy. They're just, you know, blue and white at the back, which is nice. Steel tipped at the end. Yeah, the bow itself, I'm going to give a 6 out of 10. Last but not least, we have this. A katana. This is obviously the only katana I have. Usually I wasn't really interested in katanas because, you know, they're just a weeb sword. But the day I got this, I decided to try something new. And this thing is a marvelous katana. It has amazing details. It even has these side knives that you can pull out if you had more than one hand. Trust me, this can pull out. This one's a needle and this one's a knife. What about the blade itself? This thing is beautiful. It also feels like it can cut you, but it can't. It's just a fine balance between actually sharp and blunt. This thing is beautiful. I love it. I wish I could do more with it, but I am too weak. 10 out of 10. Well, those were all my weapons. I hope you enjoy them, and I also hope you enjoy your weather, whether it be hot or cold.